This is Audible.
Audible Inc. presents I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't. Telling the Truth About Perfectionism, Inadequacy, and Power. Written by Brené Brown. Narrated by Lauren Fortgang.
Introduction. When people hear the word shame, they often have one of two responses. I'm not sure what you mean by shame, but I know that I don't want to talk about it, or, oh, shame, I know it well, but I don't want to talk about it. As a shame researcher, I understand our reluctance to talk about it. Shame is so powerful that we sometimes feel shame just talking about shame. But after spending 6 years interviewing hundreds of women about their lives, here's what I've learned. We all experience shame. It is an absolutely universal emotion. The less we understand shame and how it affects our feelings, thoughts, and behaviors, the more power it exerts over our lives. However, if we can find the courage to talk about shame and the compassion to listen, we can change the way we live, love, parent, work, and build relationships. People often want to believe that shame is reserved for the unfortunate few who have survived terrible traumas. But this is not true. Shame is something we all experience. And while it feels like shame hides in our darkest corners, it actually tends to lurk in all of the familiar places, including appearance and body image, motherhood, family, parenting, money and work, mental and physical health, addiction, sex, aging, and religion. This book offers information, insight, and specific strategies for understanding shame and building shame resilience. We can never become completely resistant to shame. However, we can develop the resilience we need to recognize shame, move through it constructively, and grow from our experiences. Across the interviews, women with high levels of shame resilience shared 4 things in common. I refer to these factors as the 4 elements of shame resilience. The 4 elements of shame resilience are the heart of this book. As we learn more about shame resilience and start to put the elements into practice, we can start to move through the byproducts of shame, fear, blame, and disconnection, and move toward the courage, compassion, and connection we need to live our best authentic lives. I've dedicated my career to studying shame and its impact on women, men, and children. In my study with women, I've had the opportunity to interview over 300 participants of all ages, races, ethnicities, and life situations. I've also gone back and re-interviewed 60 women who have applied some of the strategies in this book to learn what strategies have been effective and what barriers they've faced. If you're not sure of shame's impact on your own life, it may help to read some quotes from my interviews. In these quotes, you can start to see the complex weaving of shame, fear, and cultural expectations. Sex is such a big issue between me and my husband. Sometimes it's great. Other times I'll start thinking about my body and how much it has changed in the past 10 years. I start to feel panicked. I imagine him judging me against these ideals I have in my head. In these moments, I lose it. I'll pick a fight or do anything to escape and get my clothes back on. One day, I was driving down the street in our neighborhood, and I stopped next to a car full of young men at a light. They were looking over and smiling. I smiled back and even blushed a bit. Then, out of nowhere, my 15-year-old daughter, who was sitting in the back seat with her best friend, snapped, "Geez, Mom, stop looking at them. What do you think, they're flirting with you? Get real." I could barely hold the tears back. How could I have been so stupid? When I look at myself in the mirror, sometimes I'm okay, but other times I just see fat and ugly. I get totally overwhelmed, like I can barely breathe. I get sick to my stomach and disgusted. I just want to hide in the house so no one sees me. I'm 41, and I just went back to school to get my degree. Half of the time, I don't know what they're talking about. I just sit there and nod my head like an idiot. I feel like a phony, like I'm not smart enough to be there. When these feelings come over me,